states of consciousness. I'll give you a table based on Siddha tradition, how the different states of consciousness overlaps, give you a clear technical knowledge. Then you can understand and raise yourself to the higher states of consciousness.
See, first the 5 states. We missed one line. Waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness and consciousness. These are the 5 states. Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya, Duryadita. These are the traditional Tamil words for the 5 states. Of course, Sanskrit words. The Siddha tradition uses basically the Tamil and Sanskrit language. Same way, waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness, consciousness. 5 states. How these 5 states overlap each other and create 25 states. Waking, and waking, dreaming, and waking, sleeping, waking, awareness, waking, consciousness. Then comes dreaming, waking, dreaming, dreaming, sleeping, dreaming, awareness, dreaming, consciousness. Then comes sleeping, waking, sleeping, dreaming, sleeping, sleeping, awareness, and sleeping, consciousness. Then comes awareness, waking, awareness, dreaming, awareness, sleeping, awareness, and awareness, consciousness. Then comes conscious waking, conscious dreaming, conscious sleeping, conscious awareness, and conscious consciousness. Actually, if you understand this one table, you can become enlightened now. Actually, if you don't become enlightened, actually, this table and all is almost like a threat. Better get enlightened, otherwise you need to understand all this. Wakeful waking. I have explained technically all these states very clearly already in the last few sessions. I'll just give a brief definition, that's all. Practically the very names defines, that is the way I have given the titles. I have simplified. The very name itself will explain the state of consciousness, state of awareness. If you go through the earlier satsangs once more, you will have the complete definition about each state. Now I am going to only spend time only in describing the states which should be encouraged and states which should be discouraged in you. Then I'll explain in the next sessions techniques to increase the states which needs to be increased and encouraged, techniques to decrease the states which needs to be decreased and discouraged. The states which I am marking with green are supposed to be encouraged. The waking, dream waking, the sleep waking, awareness waking, conscious waking, these all can be encouraged. And waking, dreaming, dreaming, these are supposed to be discouraged. Actually only 6 stages are supposed to be discouraged in 25 stages. But unfortunately, a normal human being spends 90% of his time only in these 6 stages. You have 25 options. You have 25 shops to go. In the 25, 6 should be discouraged. Other than 6, all 19 can be encouraged. So, today I will speak on the stages of consciousness which needs to be discouraged, which needs to be avoided. Tomorrow I will speak on which needs to be encouraged. Then I will give you the techniques and process. Waking, dreaming, in which most of the people are usually when the discourses and sessions are conducted. Now really, human beings, modern day human beings have lost the ability to sit and be. Please understand. Waking, dreaming, which makes you actually, what you eat, you become that. Same way, whatever you take in, that becomes you. In Indian system, Vedic Gurukul system, we had a very dynamic way of teaching. All the teachings were live, practice-based, very less theory. If 10 minutes a master gives a concept, immediately you will start practicing it. Laboratory and theory classes were not 2 places. Stop the system where the laboratory and theory classes are 2 different places. No. If it is 2 different places, the teacher and students both will have boredom or tiredness. Oh, I have to go from here to there and learn. No. It should be both in one same hall. Whole thing should be experience-based, practical-based, practice-based. I can tell you from my own experience, I have studied this diploma of mechanical engineering. The study was done in such a way, anyhow, after that I left and became took up my mission of wandering, meditating, practicing, enlightenment and all that. After 7 years, one devotee took me to his workshop for blessing. I went to his factory. The moment I entered the factory, they showed me a machine. Suddenly, oh, God, somewhere I've seen this machine. I asked the name of the machine. They said it's called lathe, Swamiji. I said, oh God, I worked with this machine for 3 years. The mechanical engineering, at least 2 full year, second year and third year. First time in 7 years, I am remembering that name. In that 7 years, in my mind, that name did not even cross once. And my brain is such that anything put inside always is kept alive. Even my brain could not remember. For 7 years, just the word of the name of the machine in which I was working for 2 years, then what kind of interest has been created about that machine in me? What kind of knowledge has been given to me about that machine? What kind of utility value I have? And what an idea I will be having about that machine. Teaching system of practical and theoretical separate is the worst system, makes human beings, puts them into the waking dreaming state and dreaming. The side effect of the waking dream is dreaming and sleeping dreaming. Sleeping dreaming is the, I can say, worst state of consciousness, which should be avoided completely. And again, waking, sleeping, dreaming, sleeping, sleeping. All these states are different unaware states. These 6 should be avoided in the life as much as possible. All the other 19 should be encouraged as much as possible. About this 19, we will study in the next session.
I bless you all to achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang is alter your state of consciousness. As you may be all aware,
I am continuing on Siddha tradition, consciousness series. Alter your state of consciousness. Till yesterday I explained all the different four states of consciousness happening inside different four states of consciousness. Waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness and consciousness. These are 5 states. In the first 4, there are internal 4 states happening. So we studied about all the internal changes in the first 4 states. Today I'll express few words on altering the state of consciousness. Why? Why do we need to alter? Why not just let go? Ultimately, if you let go whatever is happening, you don't need to alter, you will be in pure consciousness, the highest consciousness. Because constantly you alter the highest possibility and put yourself into the lower levels, ordinary consciousness, I need to help you to raise yourself back again and again to the highest state of consciousness. Alter the state of consciousness. Just to alter your physical, mental, social and spiritual understandings. Right eternal understandings about the world, God, society, nature and yourself. Please understand the self, humanity, human society, world means the nature, and God, the ultimate. Right understanding about all these 4, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat and society. Jiva means individual self, Ishvara means God, Jagat means the world and human society. Right understanding about these 4 avoids, takes away all kinds of sufferings. You will know in which line you need to work. Yesterday somebody came to me in the Sarvadarshan saying that in my house some bhuta, ghost is there, it is dropping sand, small stones in the house. I just looked into him and I saw there is no negative energy and there is no negative energy in the house also. Then I asked him only 2-3 questions. Is your house made out of the tiles, the village tiles, tiled roof and mud walls? He said yes. Do you have any stone quarry, blasting quarry around your area? He said yes. That is the ghost. Go and stop that. Understand? When there is a bomb blast happening, the quarry blast happening continuously, and the house is made out of sand and ordinary stone tiles, naturally a small drops will fall. I said, there is no ghost in your house. See, the right understanding, if he is thinking it is a ghost and constantly going around to all the people who work with ghosts and drive ghosts, all kinds of black magic practices, he will only be wasting money. Instead, he can get 2 masons and plaster that wall. Job is done. So the right understanding, where the problem is, happens to you when you have right understanding about all the 4. See, attend the problems related to spiritual things spiritually.
Attend the problems related to social things socially. Attend the problems related to things related to legal, legally. Attend the problems related to money, economically. Don't mix. One of our major problem is we go on mixing simple problems of the outer world. We mix it and start looking through the magnifying glass along with our spiritual problem and make the whole thing as a spiritual problem. Actually, it is nothing more than hiring 2 masons and plastering the wall. And that poor guy, he went, I told him, go and do that. He was shocked. He said, yes, now I understand. I said, collect all the stones and mud, sand falls in your house and see, it is the same quality of the roof and the wall. He said, yes, Swamiji, now I remember. That's all. So the whole bhuta is reduced to just non-plastering of the wall and the blast which is going on in the quarry. So it is simple problem. Having right understanding about these 4 different components, understanding about the self, understanding about the world, understanding about the humanity, understanding about the God. I tell you many times, your simple problem of having low mood for no reason, it is because of you don't have right understanding about the self. But unfortunately, you are not able to understand that problem is internal and you start connecting all kinds of reason from external world and confuse it, mess it, miss it and trapped into bigger and deeper problems. I'm telling you. When you have a low mood for no reason, understand it is the quality nature of me. I do not need to, will not give any reason. I will not associate any reason with that low mood. All we need to do is go through that low mood with acceptance mood so that it becomes peace, silence in you. Know how to play with different states of consciousness and awareness you experience. Know how to live with different modes and operations happening in you. Know the truth so that you handle it properly, rightly, with right understanding. Altering the state of consciousness helps you to find the right problem and right solution. Not finding the right problem is the major problem. If you have something, some attack done externally, don't blame yourself internally. Oh, I have this kind of a mental setup body, that is why this problem. No. The moment you start blaming your body and mind, you are already divided. When you have the external attack, stand together. That is not the time to judge yourself. No guilt, no depression, no low mood. Finish that outside problem. Then sit and judge, analyze to improve yourself so that you don't get into the same problem again. So standing together during the external crisis will happen to you only when you have the right internal understanding. When you have a disease, if you start criticizing yourself, because of this mental setup only I am having this disease, no, that is not going to work. Fight with the disease and see that you don't create that once more. Alter the mental state just for that, but no time to judge, no time to suffer with guilt. So altering the states of consciousness.
will make you understand right problem and will give you clarity about right solution. That is the main purpose of altering the state of consciousness, so that you understand the spiritual problems spiritually, social problems socially, economical problems economically, and physical problems physically. Today carry only this one understanding. Altering the state of consciousness helps you to find the right problem and right solution. So you are inspired to alter the state of consciousness. It can be done simply just by an understandings. When you have a different moods, bring right understandings. Money, please understand. There are 3 ways to alter the state of consciousness. Mani, mantra, aushadha. Mani means right understanding. Mantra means right technique. Aushadha means right medicine, right herbs. Herb you may not get always, 24 hours. Technique also you may not have time or atmosphere to do all the time, 24 hours. But money, right understanding, if you store it inside, always you can just take it out and use it. Understand, the right understanding, money, is the first step to alter the state of consciousness. Have right understandings about the states of consciousness and bring it up whenever you need and raise the state of consciousness. Today, carry only this one understanding, contemplate on it. I'll elaborate on different states in the coming sessions. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
All that I taste, all that I smell, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. All that I see, all that I hear, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Like this dance, and this song, and this joy, I surrender to you. All that I feel, all that I am, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Puragaram, Karunavataram, Samsara Saram, Bhujagendraharam, Sada Vasantam, Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani, Sahitam Namami. All of my dreams,
Arambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang is Turiya, the 4th state of consciousness. Dreaming, deep sleep. 4th means the state of awareness. Fifth, turyadita, state of consciousness. Because due to lack of words, I myself coin a new word, gift it to the world. Fourth state, turiya, I translate as awareness. Fifth state, turyadita, I translate as consciousness. Please understand, in these 5 states, only the last 2 states are directly life-based. All other 3 states are dilutions of life. For example, waking state is the diluted version of life. Of course, dream state is completely opposite to life. And the deep sleep also, again, completely away from life. Deep sleep is away from life, dream is opposite to life. Understand the difference. So the 4th state, awareness, 5th state, consciousness, these 2 are life-based states. All other states are diluted, away and opposite to the life. Dream is completely opposite to life. I have a story about dream. After she woke up, a woman told her husband, I had a dream that you gave me the most beautiful diamond necklace. What do you think it means? Husband said with a big smile, wow, you will know it tonight. That night, the man came home with a small package and gave it to his wife, delighted, surprised, with a great excitement. She opened it to find a book titled The Meaning of Dreams. Dream is opposite to life. Sleep is away from life. Today we will enter and work on the state of awareness, the 4th state, turiya. Let's understand the various expressions, the dimensions of turiya. The first state in the turiya. Turiya is classified into 4. The first state is turiya jakrat, means awareness waking state. The definition is, in the state of turiya, the activity of creation or appearance of the world that happens in waking state happens. Wow. In awareness state, this world also will be seen. You will be able to have both. You will be pure awareness and you will be able to see. Exactly the state in which the Divya Sariris were yesterday. See, if you have seen the energy darshan, observed, you would have seen those Divya Sariris, people who are sitting next to me, to take care of you, you all. They will be shaking their bodies so wildly, uncontrollably. But when I gave the needle and thread, they just put the thread into the needle without even thinking twice. The brahmachari who put the thread into the needle, he has a power of 6.5. Without power, he can't even recognize me. Without glass, he can't even recognize me. Straight away he asked me, should I wear the glass? I said, no, do it. Straight away put the thread into the needle. Means, understand, it's not that they are not under their control. They are completely under their control. But what they feel as they center. Please understand, in normal time, what they feel as they is the body. Now, when they are in the Divya Sarira energy field, the Turiya Jakrat, awareness waking state, the body becomes not what they feel as they, it becomes center of what they feel as they. Understand? There's a big difference. What they feel as they becomes more than the body. So body just becomes the center. That is why it just caught in the wave of bliss. The difference between Divya Sariri and hypnotism is too big. Understand? Three difference. One, Divya Sariris are in bliss. Ask them how it feels. They say the whole area is just filled with honey, sweet Swamiji. Taste. Understand, only you are given honey, they are not given honey. Of course, they are not physically given, but the energy makes them experience the honey. They are not given any honey, but they feel such an intense sweetness and no thought. Third, tremendous awareness. They are able to put just without, see, one side the whole body rotates, rolls on the ground. I really felt when I built this stage will be sufficient. Actually, that is the reason I gave this cut. This cut is specially gave for the Divya Sariris. But yesterday I saw I have to make the whole hall as a stage. This is what I have heard. Rolling on the ground and crying. When some relatives, close friends die, people roll on the ground and cry. And same way I have heard in the history of Chaitanya, story of Chaitanya, people roll on the ground in ecstasy. I have heard even in Ramakrishna's life, when they get into that ecstasy, they roll on the ground. Now I am seeing not one or two, just hundreds rolling. Their whole body is rolling in that ecstasy, but the tremendous awareness, they just hold the needle, put the thread. That's the scale. That's the scale to measure. That is why I gave yesterday the needle and thread. If you have seen some 3-4 brahmacharis and brahmacharinis, I said, come on, put the thread into the needle. Not single guy tried second time. The first time itself they put. Turiya Jakrat. They are in high awareness. The expanded consciousness. That is why so much of joy and ecstasy. Chaitanya sings very beautifully. When people experience this ecstasy, only then they are ready for sannyas. Means without anything from outside, they can constantly be in the joy and ecstasy. Just the remembrance. You can see even now. Just the remembrance is enough in them. The energy is lifted. All the 5 senses reaches its peak excitement. Smarana matra. Just by the remembrance, if your senses reaches its peak, there is no marana. You don't have death. Smarana matra, just by the remembrance of the Master or God, if your senses all reaches its peak ecstasy, there is no marana, there is no death. Aware, waking state. This is not hypnotism, understand? Hypnotism is putting them into the dullness. Here, putting them into awareness, consciousness, high state. If somebody is hypnotized continuously again and again, he will not be able to grow spiritually, and he will not be able to maintain his personal life pure, intelligent, understanding. But if they are put into high consciousness again and again, they will become more aware, intelligent, and experienced, and joyful, spiritual, more centered. A hypnotized person can never put a thread into needle so easily. Either he has to be completely out of the state and put it, or he can't. Maybe sometime as an instruction of the hypnotism, in the hypnotist mood they will be able to do, not as a free will. Here these guys are in that state exact, in the high ecstasy. They just put the thread. Then again, they are there. There is no, not even again. They are there in that same state, and with awareness they are able to do anything and express. The aware, wakeful state. They are in the state of awareness, high, intense awareness. But the created, the creation, the world, appearance of the world happens to them. They will be able to see it. The next state, aware dreaming, turiya swapna, aware dreaming. In the state of awareness, the appearance or the creation of the world may not appear. Understand? Aware dreaming state. In this state, sometime this world may appear, but not like a world. Suddenly it will disappear, and suddenly again it will appear. You will see very clearly it is melting down. It just like a wave happens and disappears. Melting down. Please understand, I was taking few minutes to translate exactly what I was feeling just now. Because just now I went into the state and came out. You can say, not even came out, trying to translate that into the word. How it feels, you know. It feels like a whole thing is made out of a kind of a wax. And the consciousness which sees that wax is a sun. If there is a little cloud, the wax is not melting, it is seen. If the cloud moves a little bit, the wax is melting and just becoming one and the same. If there is a cloud, I can see individual, separate with a clear boundary, sitting. If the cloud moves little bit, immediately I can say that boundaries are all merging and everything is melting. I don't know how you will understand. All right. Let it be on record. Later on, maybe in the future, people may be able to understand. This is what exactly I felt just now. And I don't know how to comment on it. I only translated and verbalized it. Turiya sushupti, awareful sleeping. Awareful
sleeping. Oh God. State of no thoughts in the awareness state. Sometime during unclutching you experience this. In Anandaganda you experience this. No thought. Completely no thought. You are there. Just like that. The very identity about you disappears. The very idea about you disappears. Whether you are a body, or a mind, or a male, or a female. The very idea about you disappears. The very idea about you itself is an idea. Understand? The very idea you carry about you is one more idea. So when that melts down and disappears, when that is not there at all, the state you experience is Turiya Sushutti. Awareness, sleeping. Actually, after this state, no return. This is the state of non-return zone. Once you experience this state, you don't come back to normal state. Then never ever the ignorance can engulf you. Never ever it can catch you anymore. This is one of the highest zones, but still there are some highest zones. This is one of the highest zones. Only if you unclutch, you will be able to experience this state of awareness, sleeping. The next, Turiya, awareness, awareful. Awareful awareness. That expansive cosmic consciousness, realizing its innate nature, remains as I am that. The expansive cosmic consciousness, realizing the expansive cosmic consciousness and its innate nature and being me as it is. I can say, this is what I call living enlightenment. Realizing that expansive consciousness, cosmic consciousness is me, we, and being in that state. So today, let you have the technical knowledge about these 4 states of fourth state, 4 states of awareness. Then I'll continue to explain techniques, herbs, right understanding to awaken the right states in your system in next sessions. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
All that it takes, all that I smell.
I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's satsang subject is sleeping your way to enlightenment. As you are all aware, we are continuing on Siddha tradition. The Siddha tradition series, the states of consciousness. Today we will understand the different states of sleep state, the internal different states in sleep state. First, in the deep sleep state, the first state is, see, we are analyzing and understanding the various states in sleep state. In the deep sleep, in the sleep, how you go through various ups and downs and various states. Understanding and experiencing and having clarity about those states will really liberate you and help you towards enlightenment. Another important thing, you don't need to waste much of your waking time to work for enlightenment. Just your sleeping time can be used for enlightenment, and waking time you can use it to create the outer world. Whatever world you are in, you can achieve great things in that world. The waking state, you are in this world, so spend time for this. The deep sleep state, you are in different world, use that time for enlightenment. After all, anything you achieve in the sleep state is not going to be, any outer world things which you try to achieve in the sleep state is impossible. So let us use that state to become enlightened. Sleeping your way to enlightenment will really make your enlightenment quick, fast, and of course easy. So the first step, the first understanding, sleepful waking, sushupti jakra, sushupti jakrat, sleepful waking state. I'll give you the exact original definition of the sleepful waking state in Tamil first. I'll exactly give you the definition from that Siddha tradition. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு அந்த உறக்கத்தின் சுகம் முதலான தன்மைகள் இவ்விதமென பிறருக்கு எடுத்துரைக்கும் நிலை. After you wake up from sleep, the state of explaining the pleasure and qualities and nature of sleep to others after waking from sleep. After waking up from sleep, if you are able to explain the state, the pleasure, the experience of that sleep state, the state in which you were, is sleepful waking state, Sushutti Jakrat. Sometime early morning you will wake up and you will really be able to feel you slept completely, deeply, whole body will have that peace. Especially whoever had energy session yesterday night, you can understand today morning how the body is. Not only whoever had energy session, even if you have seen what is going on here, you would have had that sleepful waking state. It's a powerful experience, powerful state. The sleepful waking state is responsible for the
rejuvenation of your body, rebuilding of your muscles. If you have this state, physically your muscles will be every day rejuvenated. I tell you. This state will avoid aging of that day. One night if you spend in sleepful waking state, that day will not make you age. So how many nights you spend in sleepful waking state, that many days you don't need to bother about aging. Your organs will not age. In same way, if you had an intense experience of energization, at least one full year, your organs does not age. And if you have been a Divya Sariri, means the people who are sitting around me during the energization, helping, guiding all the participants to receive energization, those people are only called as Divya Sariris. Or I can say they are getting trained to become Divya Sariris. Means it's like when a sun is shining, if you keep 10 mirror, all the 10 are properly focused on sun, towards sun. That whole area, the area between the 10 mirror will shine, not only because of sun, the 10 reflections. So these Divya Sariris are like a mirror, they act like a mirror, so that the whole area intensely radiates energy. That is why people who come to have energization, they literally enter my own physical body. Please understand, it's like me having an extended huge physical body. In that very intense energy field, they enter and have the energization and go. If you have been a Divya Sariri, I can say at least, especially with the experience, intensely working on the body, not only you don't age, you grow younger. The growing younger happens when you become Divya Sariri. And the grace, joy, beauty starts radiating when you are Divya Sariri. Next state, Sushupti Swapna, sleepful dreaming state. The definition, உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு அந்த உறக்கத்தின் தன்மை இன்னதென தோன்றியும் தோன்றாமலும் இருக்கும் ஐயுறவு நிலை. A doubtful state about determining the nature and qualities of sleep after you wake up. After you wake up, if you are not able to be clearly determining, if you are doubtful, that state, that nature, you are not able to tell very clearly the nature and qualities of sleep. That state is what we call sleepful dreaming. Sushupti Swapna. You will wake up, make a clear understanding inside you. You will not be able to verbalize it properly outside you. That is what is this state, the sleepful dreaming state. Means disturbed sleep. Sometime, if you are highly stressed, worried about your business or relationship or something, next day morning when you wake up, you do not know what has happened in your sleeping state. You will only feel body pain. That state only is this sleepful dreaming. It's like abusing your body and sleep state. If you continue to be in this state every night, you will age quickly. That is why you plan to take the sleeping pills and all that. Sleeping pills are just to escape from this state. But unfortunately, sleeping pills will not be able to give you permanent solution. It can give you solution for 1 or 2 days, not more than that. Stressed people go through this state. I can say this state is what I call hell. People ask me, Swamiji, yesterday somebody asked me in the energy session, Swamiji, so much they abused you and disturbed you. Why don't you curse them and put them in hell? I tell them, Arey, I don't need to curse. I don't need to curse. A small story. One cunning, crooked thief was sitting on a tree. And that way one sadhu was going, very quiet way, he was just walking. This fellow could not keep quiet, this thief. He threw a stone on that sadhu. That sadhu just looked up. By his nature, he is such a soft, happy, graceful person. He just looked up, looked at the thief, and he felt maybe that fellow is mentally sick or mentally having some pains and agony, that is why he is throwing stones at everybody. So he raised his hand and said, let you be blessed, let you be healed, so that you will not do this kind of bad things. He thought mentally and just blessed and went away. This thief thought, oh God, if you throw stones at people, I think in this area people bless you. He mistook. The funny thing is, next one king came on the same route. This fool, with the same understanding, he threw a stone on king also. What would have happened? Just king cut his head, that's all. Cut the thief's head. So understand, see, what that sadhu had, he gave back. He had only blessings and healing. He gave that back. He gave that. What the thief had, he gave that. What the thief had a cunning, arrogance, violent nature, he threw stone. That sadhu had a silent, beautiful, blissful, happy, healing mood, so he healed. But the thief's nature is not going to keep quiet. So naturally, he will attract what he wants, what he is worthy of. So naturally, he will go around, throw stones continuously, and he will attract his own destruction. We don't need to curse. We don't need to do anything. So understand, that's the answer yesterday I gave in a very short way. So the people who harass, abuse, disturb others, who carry so much vengeance, stress inside them, will every day suffer with this state of sushutti swapna, means sleepful dreaming. That is what is hell actually. That is hell. It will be so stressful, so tiring. They will quickly age. The aging will be very quick. All their organs will become tired. Muscles will lose power. Muscles will lose strength. And their whole senses will lose its power. And naturally, getting more and more into the worst hell. Disturbed health, disease, mental disorder, all this will start happening in them. Anyhow, the next is sleepful sleeping. Sushutti sushutti. Sushupta sushutti. Sleepful sleeping. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு உறக்கத்தின் சுகம் முற்றிலும் மறந்து போய்விடும் நிலை.
The state in which the nature and pleasure of sleep is totally forgotten after waking. After waking, completely what has happened in the sleep state is forgotten. See, if you remember completely sleepful waking, if you remember bit and doubtful, not clear about the sleeping state, it is sleepful dreaming. If you are completely forgotten, it is sleepful sleep. Sleepful sleep is okay. I can say it is neither wrong nor right. It is like a stay order, stagnant. Okay, that's all. Neither you need to encourage nor you need to discourage. This is what is actually induced by sleeping pill. The earlier state is a disorder. When you add sleeping pills, this is the state you will experience, but it's not a permanent solution. Next is Sushupta Turiya, sleepful fourth state. This is the state exactly people who have been a Divya Shariri yesterday will be experiencing, yesterday whole night. That is still I can say that hangover is there. Sushupta Turiya, sleepful fourth state. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு உறக்கத்தின் தன்மை அஞ்ஞான விஷயமென்றும் அதற்கு சாட்சியான ஆத்மாவே சத்தியமென்றும் தெரிந்து கொள்ளும் நிலை. State of understanding the nature of sleep is ignorance. After waking from sleep and realizing that the Atman is the truth. Please understand. Sometime when you wake up early morning, you know thoroughly. Whole night you were aware. You are not tired. There was no thoughts. There is no tiredness. But you are aware. You have not slept at all. Whole night you know you are awake. This is the state, sleepful fourth state. If you are in energy field and go and sleep, you will be in this state only. Early morning when you wake up, three things. One, no body pain, fresh, alive you will feel. Second, no thoughts about the sleep. You wouldn't have had any thought. Third, you wouldn't have slept. It's like a fully awake. Fully you have been awake. If these three, if you feel morning, you have been in the state of sleepful fourth state. How many of you feel these three today morning? Then those of you have been in that sleepful fourth state. No body pain, no thoughts or dreams in the sleep. Third, you just know you have been awake whole night. Sleepful fourth state. This is the state. If you have been in this state, not only you will not be aging, you will be anti-aging. You will be growing younger. Please understand. Sleepful waking will stop aging. Sleepful dreaming will make you quickly age. If you have spent one day chronologically, 3-4 days of effect will be there on your organs. Quickly aging. Sleepful sleeping will neither age nor anti-age. It will just be like a regular flow. If you passed one day, you passed one day, that's all. In the sleepful fourth state, not only you will not be aging, you will be anti-aging, growing younger. This is what the Siddhas call Tungamar Tungi Chugambervadekalam. Sleeping without sleeping and having the pleasure. When it will happen to me, O Lord. The understanding, technical knowledge about this fourth state is enough for now. After I finish tomorrow, the next 4 states of Turiya, 4 states of fourth state, I'll give you techniques, specific techniques, methods to work on each state
If it needs to be increased, increasing. If it needs to be decreased, decreasing. If it needs to be just neglected, neglecting. I'll give you techniques, understanding, techniques and medicine. Mani mantra, aushadha. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
All that I taste, all that I smell, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. All that I see, all that I hear, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Like this dance, and this song, and this joy, I surrender to you. All that I feel, all that I am, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Puragaram, Karunavataram, Samsarasaram, Bhujagendaharam, Sada Vasantam, Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani, Sahitam Namami. All of my dreams,
सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's morning satsang, we will continue on states of consciousness. As you are all aware, you may be all aware, our satsang series is continuing on Siddha tradition. States of consciousness. Yesterday, we finished first 4 states. We'll enter into the 5th state today. Swapna Jakram means dreamful waking state. The exact definition is state of explaining everything that happened in the dream after waking. After waking up, if you are able to clearly describe everything that happened in the dream state in color, in multicolor, please understand. If you are able to describe everything that happened in the dream state after waking up and able to remember in color that state in which you were was dreamful waking state. Another one thing, it is always related to normal human beings. If you see normal things in the dream state, ordinary human beings, things in the humans in the dream state,
And after waking up, if you are able to remember that clearly in multicolor and tell, you were in dreamful waking state. There is another one state, dreamful turiya. When it comes, I'll explain. There is only one difference between the dreamful waking state and dreamful fourth state. I'll explain when that comes. And after I give you the theoretical, technical knowledge about these states of consciousness, I'll give you a clear diagram and explain the whole thing step by step. First I'll go through the technical knowledge part. Then I'll make you understand technique and necessity to experience and different ways of experiencing these altered states of consciousness, the different states of consciousness. Next is swapna, dreamful dreaming state. The state in which only some memories of dream are retained and others are forgotten. This is what is swapna. You wake up from the dream. You remember only some parts of the dream, not all. Then you were in the state of swapna, dreamful dreaming. There is a deeper level state, swapna sushupti, dreamful sleeping, state of total memory loss of whatever that happened in the dream. State of total memory loss of whatever that happened in the dream. Whatever that happened in the dream, if you have forgotten, that is what is called dreamful sleeping. You had a dreams, but when you wake up, nothing is remembered. You don't remember anything. That's what we call dreamful sleeping. Next, dreamful, the swapna turiya, dreamful fourth state. Today I'll finish on all the different states inside dream state. State of analyzing the dream, neither feeling happy nor sad about it, and having the clarity that these are transactions of mind, and inquiring into knowledge of self is dreamful fourth state. Whatever you had in the dream, you neither analyze it to feel happy or to feel sad. All these things are just the mind game. And with this understanding, being in the fourth state, the turiya, enlightenment state, that is what is dreamful fourth state. You need to understand the difference between the dreamful waking and the dreamful fourth state. Dreamful waking, you will be able to remember everything in multicolor, but it will all be about normal human beings. Dreamful fourth state, you will be able to remember everything in multicolor, but you would have seen Guru or God in the dream. If you see normal things and people, beings in the dream, and wake up and remember that very vividly, clearly in multicolor, it is called dreamful waking state. Same way, you are able to remember everything in multicolor vividly, but you have seen Guru or God, visions, divine, in the dream. It is called dreamful fourth state. This state will naturally lead you to more and more towards the restful awareness. So today I'll expand on these four states: dreamful waking, dreamful dreaming, dreamful sleeping, and dreamful fourth state. In dreamful waking, whatever you see, when you come out, you will be able to remember in multicolor. In dreamful dreaming, whatever you see, when you come out, you will be able to remember only in the black and white. If you remember only in black and white, you are in dreamful dreaming. When you come out, you don't remember anything, then you are in dreamful sleep. When you come out, you are able to remember vividly in multicolor, and you saw your master or God, some spiritual vision. It is dreamful fourth state. What is the necessity to understand about these different states of dreaming? So that you stop dreaming. You stop dreaming and start resting in restful awareness. More time you spend in restful awareness, less time you will be suffering. All you need is more energy, understanding, inspiration to go towards more and more restful awareness and higher conscious state. That's all is the purpose of this whole game. That is the only purpose for which you need to understand all these four states. The intellectual understanding of all these four states is not just ordinary or waste. An intellectual understanding about these four states penetrates these very four states. Please understand. Any idea you have about you and the world continuously for 21 days will sink into the dream state. It will sink into the dream state. It's a very important thing. It will sink into the dream state. We never think or understand our waking state and dream state are very closely connected. Just because 50 ideas you carry in the dream state are different from the 50 ideas you carry in the waking state, you think they don't have connection at all. No. There is a huge bridge. Anything you strongly trust and believe in the waking state will get into the dream state. So understandings about the dream state in the waking state will sink into the dream state and make you enlightened. I am telling you, the right understanding about the dream state and deep sleep state, if it sinks into your system, without any spiritual practice or technique, you can become enlightened. I can say, dream your way to enlightenment. Sleep your way to enlightenment. Your whole dreaming time and the sleeping time will become a spiritual practice. That is what Shankara says, Nidra Samadhi Sthitihi. All my sleep is enlightened state, Samadhi state. So, right understanding about these four states of the dream and contemplating on it itself is a powerful spiritual practice. So carry this understanding today whole day. Contemplate on it. Work on it. You will see this understanding is carried in the dream state also, and you start resting in more and more restful awareness, working towards enlightenment. Tomorrow I will talk on the various states of deep sleep. In deep sleep, various states of consciousness. Then, after completing these different states, I'll give you a clear table. I already made a clear table of Jakrat, Swapna Jakrat, Sushupti Jakrat, Turiya Jakrat, and made a clear table. I'll present and explain the whole thing. After you go through the whole technical knowledge, and whatever in green I have signed is supposed to be encouraged and entertained. Whatever in red I have signed should be avoided and reduced. I made a clear table for your enlightenment. So we will study this whole thing. And not only that, that on each state, how to expand that state, extend that state, how to be more time in that consciousness, and the states which you need to reduce, how to reduce that state in your inner space. I have developed techniques also. Not only that, not only techniques, I have done a thorough R&D scanning into the Siddha tradition and found for each consciousness, for example, if that consciousness has to increase in you, Mani Mantra Aushada for increasing. Mani means the right understanding, Mantra means right technique, Aushada means right herb, medicine, to increase that consciousness into you. And if the consciousness has to be reduced in you, same way, I have done research to have Mani, right understanding, Mantra, right technique, Aushada, right medicine, to reduce that in your system. So once you go through the technical knowledge and understand these 5 different states, overlapping on the 5 different states, almost we can say 25 states of consciousness. Then we will work on the Mani Mantra Aushada, understanding, technique and medicine, Aushada, herb, for the states which you need to increase and the states which you need to reduce. I bless you all to understand all the states of consciousness and live and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
All that I taste, all that I smell, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. All that I see, all that I hear, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Like this dance, and this song, and this joy, I surrender to you. All that I feel, all that I am, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. Puragaram, Karunavataram, Samsarasaram, Bhujagendaharam, Sada Vasantam, Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani, Sahitam Namami. All of my dreams,
सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for morning satsang is the science of consciousness. As you may be all aware, we are continuing on Siddha tradition series, sessions on states of consciousness. Today we will understand Jakrat Sushupti. Yesterday we understood Jakrat Swapna. That means wakeful dreaming. Today, wakeful sleeping. Jakrat Sushupti. I'll read out the translation. What Siddhas describe as Jakrat Sushupti, then we will understand more deeper. விஷயங்களில் மனதை நிலைநிறுத்தாது முற்றிலும் வேறு பக்கம் அலைய விடுவதால் விஷயங்கள் முற்றிலும் மறந்து போய்விடும் நிலை. I am reading exact Tamil word. I'll read the translation. Even the Akkamma Devi sings about this state in a very beautiful way. As I said, that whole Kaveri civilization produced enormous number of Siddhas like Basavanna, Akkamma Devi in Karnataka, and many from Andhra, many from Tamil Nadu, many from Kerala. So whole Kaveri civilization is source of Siddha Purushas. Kaveri herself is a Siddha because she is daughter of Agastya. So she herself is a Siddha. Her water just creates continuously Siddha medicines. Her breeze radiates Siddha energy. Jakrat Sushupti, wakeful sleeping, or I can say sleepful waking. State of complete memory loss of information due to total lack of awareness and concentration. We think, oh, it is an extraordinary disorder. It never happens to us at least. No. Whenever I ask you, do you remember I gave you this instruction 10 days before? If you say, no, you never gave, understand, you are in that state. If you say, I don't remember, you are in Jakrat Swapna. If you say, I never gave, you are in Jakrat Sushupti. This is another one great danger human consciousness faces. Chronic fatigue. A deep sleep state penetrating your waking, dreaming, all the other states and disturbing it. It's almost like a seepage happening in a huge dam. Please understand, in a dam, seepage is the danger. In all big dams, you will see a little bit of water will always be seeping out. Slowly, very little. There is a quantity restriction. If that seepage grows, increases beyond particular level, then all the maintenance people will be shaken. Immediately they will start releasing the water. Because the seepage gives us the warning that dam is overloaded. It may break any moment. Same way, seepage of deep sleep state into waking state and dream state is a warning given to you. Any moment your mind can break. You are in danger. In the dams they will rise the flood flags, the emergency flags. They have some 5 levels. Yellow, red, like that. Understand? If the dreaming state is penetrating your waking state, I can say the 3rd level danger. If the deep sleep state is penetrating your waking state, I can say it is 4th level danger. Then you may think, what is the 5th level danger? It's coming. You are not yet in 5th level danger. But the deep sleep state
penetrating wakeful state is really danger. Means the seepage level is going up. You need to release water. You need to release the excess water from the dam. You need to protect the dam. Means you need to release all the unnecessary engram and biomemory from the system and protect what you call as you. No other way. You cannot afford continue to be in ignorance, continue to be in the same state of Jagrat Sushupti, waking, sleeping. It's dangerous. Technique to break this deep sleep state penetrating into the waking state is sleep in the daytime. You may be thinking, oh God, is it from Swamiji or am I in waking deep sleep state? No, it is from me. It is from me. For few days, maybe 21 days, because that's one cycle of time, you can break any habit and create any habit. Understand? For 21 days, noon, Uchi Sandhya, we call it. When the sun is the peak, that the day and night, so I can say that morning or afternoon or the evening, both joins. That is a time Uchi Sandhya. Can say around 12 to 2. The 2 hours, if you rest your body, even if you don't fall asleep, make the habit of resting your body and wake up early morning, 5 to 8, don't sleep. Means that during the sunrise time. Early morning 5, jump out of bed. And noon, put your body to rest for 2 hours. This will break the habit of the problem of wakeful sleeping. If you have that problem, this is the solution. If you don't have, don't try to sleep. It is given as a medicine. Don't take the medicine when you don't have the problem. If you have the problem of wakeful sleeping, the Uchi Sandhya. See, in a day, there are 4 Sandhyas. Morning Sandhya is when the sun rises, the night and day meets. Uchi Sandhya is when the day and evening meets. Evening Sandhya, when the evening and night meets. Ardhajama Sandhya, midnight, when the early night and late night meets. These are the 4 Sandhyas. Avoid sleeping in the morning Sandhya, 5 to 8. Rest your body in noon Sandhya, 12 to 2. You will see this deep sleep state overlapping on the wakeful state will be broken. That lifestyle, that mental setup will be broken. And again, one more process, physically sweating, doing something which makes you sweat, especially in the morning when you wake up 5 to 8, doing something which makes you sweat. It's a very powerful thing. Doing something which makes you sweat means that
Instead of being in dreaming, sleeping state or sleeping, dreaming state in the 5 to 8 or deep sleep state, you will be in the wakeful state, wakeful waking, Jakrat state. When you do some yoga, physical exercise, weightlifting, jogging, running, any physical activity, the beam, the prana beam, the vasi, the air beam which goes inside your nostrils and comes out will become 100%. The maximum capacity. It means you are in Jakrat, wakeful waking state. Tomorrow I will give you a clear table. How the states overlap on each other. How we can understand. How we can go beyond. The states and reach the pure consciousness. Understanding on these states is a very powerful knowledge which can transform your whole life. Let us enter into the next state. Today I will describe at least 2-3 states. Next is Jakrat Turiya, waking meditative state. I'll call Turiya as meditative, just for the sake of utility, but it is not exactly meditative. No other word, all right, better we can use the word fourth state. Wakeful fourth state. The Siddhas describe this as a Vishayangalai ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்கும் நிலை, deep state of thinking. Understand? That's what exactly Siddhas are saying. Wakeful fourth state has to be constantly encouraged and entertained, and you should be entrained for enlightenment. I described now 4 states: wakeful, wakeful dreaming, wakeful sleep, wakeful fourth. The first wakeful should be your lifestyle. The last wakeful fourth state should be practiced more and more. The between 2 states should be avoided. First and last should be encouraged. Between these 2 should be avoided. Thinking in a deep way, deep thinking. In Vedantic tradition, we call this as manana. It's like a channeled water in one direction, thinking deeply. I have always seen with all the great masters, all their mediums have a tremendous concentrated thinking, because only then you can be a medium. Otherwise, body will not settle down with that energy. To be Divya Sariri, I'll use the word Divya Sariri. Medium word is too loaded and abused, and lot of misunderstanding happened with that word. Divya Sariri. If you want to become Divya Sariri of the master, means the Sarubhya Mukti. Understand? That's what I call Divya Sariri. Sarubhya Mukti. Two things basically need to be done. One, strong nervous system. By yoga and intense physical exercise.
ability to do something which normal man's body can't do in some one line. Either extraordinary swimming, or extraordinary weightlifting, or extraordinary power to push, power to lift, something in one line. Physical extraordinary expression. This is the first thing. Second, intense thinking, that Jakrat Turiya, wakeful fourth state. Sometimes, unfortunately, if you have that, you don't have this. If you have this, you don't have that. Then you can't be a strong Divyasariri. Vivekananda says, if a tribal man is ready to take my brain and ready to give his body, I'll exchange it happily. Then understand how much you would have suffered without having a strong body. Even though comparatively had a strong body, the body was not able to withstand the hard work, the extraordinary work he had to do. I tell you, fortunately my body withstood in a very strong way the extraordinary work it has to do, but the pressure got transmitted to the cosmic body. Because I was constantly in that samadhi and working, the whole load got transmitted into the cosmic body. The tremendous ability to think in one line, in a concentrated way, is wakeful fourth state. Fourth state, penetrating into the waking state, should be encouraged, entrained, and entertained. This should be a practice. This place is created for people who are in higher state, who are working intensely towards higher state. No compromising. No question of compromising. This is nursery for new man. Greenhouse for consciousness. That is why here I take away all your other sufferings. You don't need to think about food, clothes, place to stay, water. You don't need to bother about raising praise in the world or the raising telephone bill, raising internet bill. Everything is raising in the society. You don't need to bother about cost of living. But you need to bother about wakeful fourth state. If you are not having the wakeful fourth state, you need to intensely work on it. The way to develop the wakeful fourth state is only practicing, thinking, grinding all the great ideas in your brain and expressing it in a unique, innovative way. You should sit in front of a mirror and talk to the mirror. There was a great Siddha Purusha, Shivananda Paramahamsa, in Kerala.
His disciple is my Acharya in the tradition of the Mantra Shastras and Yantra Shastras. If you have seen in the YouTube there, you will see a video of me drawing a yantra of Subramanya for Skanda Sashti. I myself drew the yantra of Subramanya in Vibhuti. I learnt the science of Yantra Shastra and Mantra Shastra from a person, Narayana Swami. He is disciple of Shivananda Paramahamsa. One of the great technique used in his tradition, in his monastery, is sitting in front of mirror and talking. It's used as a spiritual technique. I used to wonder, how can that be helpful for enlightenment? Only when I studied this conscious state and scanned methods and techniques for this, I realized. Sit in front of mirror and cohesively, logically, intensely talk about one subject at least 1 hour to the mirror. Every day try this as a practice. Then you will understand the wakeful fourth state will immediately start expressing in you. Your internal thinking will become deep, clear, strong. But only one condition, whatever you talk to the mirror, you should be very clear, it should be logical and very cohesive and very in a continuous way. You should think the mirror is your master. You should talk things which is understood, which is accepted by your master's logic. Sit in front of mirror and talk, visualizing. Master is sitting in front of you. You need to match your master's logic. Only then the Jagrat fourth state will start expressing in you. So today, understand these two states. Waking deep sleep and waking fourth state. Waking deep sleep should be avoided. Waking fourth state should be encouraged. If you have taken up some work in the society or in the Sangha, think deeply, strategically, analyze, intensely drill yourself into that. It is a spiritual practice of creating wakeful fourth state. I bless you all to experience that, and I bless you all to achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
All that it takes, all that I smell, I offer to you, Swami.
शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang is power of consciousness. As you are all aware, I am continuing on Siddha tradition. So first day, we invoked the presence of Siddhas, then we started working on different experiences and truths revealed in Siddha tradition. Last few days we are working on the states of consciousness by Siddha tradition. As you are aware, I explained Jakrat Swapna Sushupti, Turiya and Turiyadhita. Then Jakrat, the wakeful waking. I have explained the wakeful waking also in the last session. Now we will enter into the Jakrat Swapna, means awake physically but dreaming mentally. Understand, this is one of the worst dangerous state for human beings. State in which some information is remembered and the rest is forgotten due to the wavering mind and lack of awareness. I can say this is the poison for human consciousness. Please understand. State in which the Jakrat Swapna, state in which some information is remembered, some is forgotten due to wavering mind and lack of awareness. I am giving you the exact translation as per the Siddhas, as per the Siddha tradition. There was a pot. One guy tried to pour millions of gallons of milk in that pot, but he was never able to fill that pot just because there was a small hole in the pot. There are people, I pour not million, billions of gallons into them. Not only I am not able to fill the pot, I am not even able to make the pot wet. It is just because of this hole, Jakrat Swapna, most dangerous hole in the state of consciousness. The most dangerous hole in the state of consciousness for the human being, hypocrisy. You not being honest, if I have to tell you in practical terms, which will straight away make you understand, I am saying morning you are supposed to be here in Akada for doing yoga and morning spiritual practices. If you are not there, simple hypocrisy, you have some way of internally justifying you not being there with some ideas about you or about that instruction or about the person who gave the instruction.
Either you don't have a trust over me, or you don't trust that instruction is good, means I have the right to give the instruction, or that instruction will do good to you. You may not trust in any one of these. Or you justify yourself. I think this is more than enough for me. It's okay. I am doing already so much. In the room itself, I am bending my body 10 times. Some idiotic hypocrisy. This is what I call lacking in awareness. Please understand. This is a byproduct. There is a very beautiful book by a Christian mystic, Thomas Kempis, Practicing the Presence of God. An amazing book. In that he describes how to practice the presence, and he describes his sufferings when he is not able to feel the presence. Dark night of the soul. He talks in an elaborate way. When an instruction is given and it is not done by you, means exactly you are suffering with Jagrat Swapna, hypocrisy, gap. Somehow they can justify to themselves without being in Jagrat, without being in awareness. The Jagrat Swapna can justify itself. Jagrat Swapna is the poison. Justifying Jagrat Swapna is justifying the habit of swallowing poison. If somehow you can get rid of this one thing, if you travel towards pure Jagrat, breaking the Jagrat Swapna, even if you die on the path, it's worthy. It's worthy. Because sometime ignorance is ready to destroy your body, it doesn't want to leave your system. But I tell you, destroy ignorance. Anything it takes. But actually with this courage, when you work on destroying ignorance, you will never die. Why will you die? Nobody will die by falling into the ocean of nectar. Nobody will die by trying to remove the ignorance. No. Again and again straightening yourself to get out of Jagrat Swapna, most dangerous. Please understand, even Jagrat Sushupti is not that dangerous. Means waking sleep is not that dangerous. No spiritual teaching can work on you. No energy poured in you can work on you. I may pour gallons of energy. Every instruction from the master, from the Siddha, is energy. A small hole in the pot goes away. As Siddha has clearly described, state in which some information is remembered and rest is forgotten due to wavering mind and lack of awareness. Sleeping is okay. Flower said, I'll do it. So Brahma picked up the flower and he was coming down. On the way in the conversation, Brahma